Hello, hi, welcome to the seventh part of the data structures video. In the sixth part, we have discussed about linear search, and in the seventh part, today we are going to discuss on binary search. This is very important technique because this is very complex technique. As we have seen, the linear search is very easy, but it is time consuming. It will take lot of time to search an element when we are searching an element in larger arrays. But whereas on larger arrays we can search an element in very short period and very efficiently by using binary technique. As we are well aware that searching is the process of finding the location of a given element in the existing array. Whereas in searching we have two types of techniques. First one is linear search and the second one is binary search. Let us see what is binary search. We will concentrate on the screen. Binary search is a complex form of searching, and this type of technique is used when an array is arranged in any order, that is ascending order or in descending order. In the previous video also I have discussed about this part, that binary search technique may be a complex technique, but that can be applied only on sorted arrays. This is very important point to be remembered here. If we have an array which is unsorted, then first thing we have to apply a sorting algorithm, which we are going to discuss in next class. First we have to apply a sorting algorithm on unsorted array, and then later we have to apply binary search technique. We will see its properties. What are the properties of a binary search? The first property of a binary search, the binary search accesses the array from the middle. The binary search accesses the array from the middle. As we have seen in the last video, that linear search accesses the elements from the beginning, from the lower bound, and starting from the lower bound it will go on incrementing, and then it will go up to the upper bound for searching an element, okay. But whereas the binary search accesses the array from the middle. This is its first property. Then we will go for its second property. The binary search can be used on sorted arrays. The array has to be sorted in ascending order or in descending order. Third property, the binary search method is fast and can be used on large arrays efficiently. As I already told, binary search technique is mainly used on large arrays, and that can be used efficiently, and we can find an element in very short period. And how we can do it, we will see in its algorithm, but we will try to understand its properties. Let me repeat these properties. The binary search accesses the array from the middle, that means it will not go to the beginning, okay. The binary search can be used on sorted arrays. Yes, the binary search method is fast and can be used on large arrays efficiently. This can be used on only one dimensional arrays. See, the linear search can be used on one dimensional array and multi-dimensional array, whereas the binary search can be used on only one dimensional array. That means this technique we are not going to use it on multi-dimensional array. Fine, we will see its fifth property. The binary search is complex in operation or technique. It is not so simple as linear search. As I already mentioned, linear search is a simple technique, easy to implement, but it is time consuming and tedious process in the larger arrays. Whereas binary search is complex in operation, but it is going to be an efficient process on larger arrays. Okay, let us go for its algorithm. We will see in the next slide what is its algorithm. Here we are having its algorithm. Let us discuss it briefly. Okay, but as I already mentioned, it is not so simple as linear search. This is little bit complex. Okay, but we are going to understand it step by step. Okay, we will imagine an array, and what we are trying to do here, that also I will tell you. Okay, imagine an array of 10 numbers here. Okay, see here, this is an array of 10 numbers. Okay, it's an array of 10 numbers. The first number is going to be 10, then the second number is going to be 20, then we are having 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. An array is arranged in ascending order. Okay, we know it very well how this array looks now. Okay, fine. We will see its algorithm step by step. The first initial steps, step 1, it is going to be start. Step 1, it is what? Start. Okay, input size, and we are going to say, imagine size is going to be 10 now, not 5. Okay, in the previous videos we have taken size as 5, but here we are going to concentrate, or we are going to take size as 10. Okay, when this is an input. Okay, this is input of an array. Okay, what is I value now? 0. When I equal to 0, in A of 0, in A of 0, what we are going to input here? In A of 0, what we are going to input? That is going to be 10. Then I value gets incremented because of next I becomes 1, then we are going to input 20, 30, 40, like that. Okay, so it will go on incrementing up to upper bound, and we are going to have 10 elements. The lower bound is going to be A of 0, and the upper bound is going to be A of 9. Fine. And we will see in the step 4, input element. Okay, we will imagine here input element. Okay, what we are trying to do here, we can see we are trying to search an element 70 here. What we are trying to do here, we are trying to search element 70. Where it is? Okay, it's here in A of 6th location. Can you observe here? It's here actually. Okay, it's there, it is there. We have it in an array, but we have to search it by our binary search technique. And how we are going to access it? How we are going to access it? Let us see. Okay, we will concentrate. What is element value now? What is element value? The element value is 70. Okay, and now in the step 5, from here actually the binary search technique starts. From here actually the binary search technique starts. In the step 5 I have given BEG, beg, it is for beginning. It is written in capital letter. BEG, beg, variable is for beginning. And what is the value assigned to the beginning? It is 0. You can observe here in this array, I have mentioned here beginning is equal to be 0. That beginning we are going to point here A of 0. This is beginning. Then what is end? End is going to be size minus 1. End is going to be size minus 1. What is the size of array? The size of array is 10. Then size minus 1 is going to be 9. End equal to 9. Fine. We have initialized two very important variables for binary search technique. That beginning is going to be equal to 0, end equal to size minus 1. What is beginning value? 0. What is end value? Size minus 1, that is 9. And we have one more value here, that is location equal to minus 1. And for searching we require this variable. In the previous or in the linear search technique also we have used this variable, that location equal to minus 1. If its value changes to any other integer, that means the value is found. If it remains minus 1, then the value is not there in the array, or the given element is not found if it remains minus 1. Fine. We will go to the step 6. This is somewhat looping and complex process. We'll concentrate here. Step 6. Okay, we'll see what is there in the step 6. Okay, sorry, we will concentrate here. While beginning is less than or equal to end, we have applied an while loop here, and there is a condition that we have to loop this until beginning is less than or equal to end. What is beginning value? 0. What is end value? 9. 0 is less than 9. Yes, it is fine. Okay, go ahead, enter to the loop. You can step into the loop now. And in the loop, first what we are going to do here, we are going to find mid value. And how we are going to find a mid value? By a simple equation. We are given mid equal to beginning plus end divided by 2. We will see here. Here I have given it clearly how we are going to find mid. Okay, how we are going to find mid. The mid we are going to find here, beginning plus end divided by 2. Then what is beginning value here? What is beginning value? It is going to be 0. What is beginning value? It is going to be 0. What is end value? 9. If you divide 9 by 2, then how much it is going to result? 4.5u. But we have to take its integer form. Integer form, only integer part. 0.5u is a decimal part. We have to neglect that part. Integer form, I have given it clearly. Integer part. If integer part is going to be 4, because we are going to declare the beginning, end and mid as the integer variables. So what is integer value now? 4. Henceforth mid equal to 4. Where it is set now? A of 4. And what is A of 4 now? What is A of 4? A of 4 value is 50. A of 4 value is how much? 50. That's the reason in the property I said, remember its property. The binary search is going to access the elements from where? From the mid. The binary search is going to access the values from the mid of the array, not from the beginning. And how we are going to find the mid? Beginning plus end divided by 2. What is your beginning value? 0. What is end value? 9. 0 plus 9. It is going to result 9. 9 divided by 2, 4.5u, and you have to take only integer part, that is going to be 4. Fine. We'll concentrate next here. We got mid value here 4. We got mid value as 4. But what actually we are searching for? We are searching for element whose value is 70 now. We are searching for 70. And next we'll see in the algorithm, and later we'll come here. See, here in the algorithm we have to concentrate now. If there are already, okay, I already marked here, see this part. If element its value is 70. If 70 equal to A of mid value is 4. A of 4 is equal to how much? 50. A of 4 is equal to how much? 50. Now the question is 70 equal to 40. 70 equal to 40. See here. What we are trying to do here? We are searching for 70. Now the question is, if element equal to A of 4, because mid value is 4. That is, if 70 equal to 50, and what we are going to have a result here? Result is going to be false, because 70 is not equal to 50. Henceforth, we have to increment I value, and we have to change some properties, not I value, sorry. We have to change some properties. We'll see in the next slide what properties we have to change. Okay, we'll come here to the next slide. Okay, we'll see here what happens in the next slide. If A of mid does not matches to the searching element, then beginning and end are going to be affected. See here how it is. Okay, fine. In the first search, we have not found our element, means we have not searched, our element does not matches with the mid value. Henceforth, we will ask for some condition here. that if element is less than A of mid, we'll ask a question here, what element you are searching, whether it is less than A of mid. You know the mid value, A of 4, and what is A of 4 value? It is 50, and what value you are searching? It is 70. Now the question is 70 is less than mid. Here I have marked. Okay, you can see here this is 70 is less than 50. No, 70 is greater than 50. Then result is going to be false. If result is going to be false, then what happens now? Beginning is equal to mid plus 1. If this results false, then beginning equal to mid plus 1. It's a very clear statement that what value I am searching for, it is going to appear in the next half part of the array, because your array has 10 numbers, and its middle part is 50, and you are searching for an element 70, and it's a clear statement 70 is greater than 50. Henceforth, we are going to say here, then what element you are searching, it does not appear before the mid value, it appears after the mid value because it is greater than the mid. Henceforth, what happens now? Some of the parameter changes here. The beginning equal to what now? Mid plus 1. The beginning equal to mid plus 1. Okay, we'll see here. The beginning equal to mid plus 1. See, you can concentrate here. The beginning equal to mid plus 1 means the beginning becomes 5, because previously mid is going to be how much? 4, isn't it? Previously we are having mid value as 4, and now what is mid value? The mid value is going to be 5. Correct. A of 5, how much? What value we are having in A of 5? It is 60. We know very well that 60 does not matches with the searching element, but we'll concentrate here how this technique works. Okay, rather than concentrating on 70, okay, we'll concentrate on its technique. Okay, now if the beginning becomes 5, what about the mid value? We have to find the mid value, no? Okay, we have to find the mid value. Then how we are going to find mid value? Hence, can you concentrate here? What happened here? See, the beginning became 5 and the end remained 9. End value is 9. Then what happens? And now you are going to find mid value. What is mid value now? Beginning plus end divided by 2. What is beginning value? 5. What is beginning value? 5. What is end value? 9. 5 plus 9. How much it is? 14. 14 divided by 2. What now? It's 7. So mid value is going to be what now? 7. And we are going to compare this value, not the beginning value, isn't it? We are going to compare this value. What is A of 7 now? It is going to be 80. What is your search element? What is your search element? It is 70. Now the question arises, 70 is equal to 80? No, it is going to be false. So in the second attempt also, we have not found the search element. We have not found the search element. Then where our search element exists now? Again this question arises. Let me go to the next slide. What happens now? In the next slide, we are going to see here. Again this question arises. We can concentrate here. If element is less than A of mid, again the same question. What is element? It is 70. What element we are searching for? 70. What is A of mid? A of mid. Mid value is 7. Remember this part. Mid value is 7. A of mid is how much? 80. Now the question is, 70 is less than 80. Yes. 70 is less than 80. Yes, it is true. 70 is less than 80. What it determines? It tells this technique, because it is a sorted array. It is a sorted array. It tells that what element you are searching, it is above the mid, not below the mid now. It is above the mid because you are searching for 70 and your mid value is what now? 80. And 70 is lesser than 80. Henceforth, it may appear before the A of mid or before the 80. Then what happens now? We'll concentrate here. Hence, if it is true, because the condition is goes true, end equal to mid minus 1. Now concentrate here. We are changing end value, not the beginning value. We are changing the end value, not the beginning value. I told already the end and beginning values will be altered when the mid value does not matches with the search element. When the mid value does not matches with the search element, then beginning and end value will change. And let me more clear. If your search element is less than the A of mid, then the end value is going to change. If the search value is not lesser than the middle value, then beginning value is going to change. Already in the previous step, we have changed its beginning value, and now we are going to change its end value. Let us see what happens now. What is end value now? Mid minus 1. What is mid value? 7. 7 minus 1, it is going to be how much? 6. The question is, what is beginning value? 5. What is the end value? 6. Okay, hence what happens now? Now we have to find the mid again. We have to find the new mid value. What is now? So beginning is 5, end is 6. 5 plus 6 is going to be 11. 11 divided by 2 is going to be how much? 5.5. But we are going to take only integer part, no? So mid value is going to be 5. Now you see here, the beginning value is also 5. The mid value is also 5. You can concentrate here on the step. Now you can concentrate here. The beginning value is also 5 and mid value is also 5. Now what happens here? A of 5 is how much now? 60. See, here also we are not finding it. Its mid value is how much now? A of 5, that is 60. Now what happens here? We'll concentrate on this part. But A of mid equal to element, we are going to have a question here, that the element matches with A of mid value? No, because what element we are searching here, it is 70 and mid value is how much now? A of 5, its value is 60, hence result is going to be false. In this step also, the element we are not found. So let us go for the next slide. What happens? One more condition, because we have to repeat this one until beginning is less than or equal to end. See, the beginning and end value should coincide. Then only we are going to say that the value is not found in the array. Okay. What happens now? Again we are going to have a question here. Remember the mid value. What is mid value now? 5. Yes. What is mid value? Previous mid value? 5. Okay. Now what element you are searching? It is 70. What element you are searching? It is 70. Now the question is, 70 is less than A of 5. 70 is less than A of 5. What is A of 5 value? 60. Now the question is, 70 is less than 60. Is it true or false? 70 is greater than 60. 70 is not less than 60. Hence, it is going to be false. Now, what happens here? The beginning, I already in the previous step I already told, when it goes false, then the beginning value has to be altered, not the end value. End value remains the same. The beginning equal to what now? Mid plus 1. And here we want to come here. What is mid value? What is mid value? Mid value is 5, and 5 plus 1 is going to be how much now? 6. 5 plus 1 is going to be how much now? 6. Now, what is beginning value? 6. What is end value? It is also 6. Correct. Now we will find, now we'll find the mid value here. Now we are going to find mid value here. Okay, what happens now? Beginning value is 6, end value is 6. 6 plus 6, it is going to be 12. 12 divided by how much? 2. It is going to be 6. So mid is also 6. See the way here. What is beginning? Beginning is going to be 6. What is mid? 6. What is end? 6. All matches here. If now we are in such a situation, if this value matches, the searching element, then the element, because this is the last chance, because everywhere beginning, end, mid, we are at the same point. If this value matches, then the element is present in the array. Otherwise, we are going to declare that the element is not in the array at all. Because next step what happens? The beginning goes less than end, isn't it? So that condition may appear. We'll see here what here going to happen here. Okay, what is beginning value? 6. What is mid value? 6. What is end value? 6. But now the question is, what is A of mid? It is going to be 70 here, isn't it? This is going to be 70. This is going to be 70. Then when we are having 70 here, we'll come to this part. What we are searching here? What we are searching here? We are searching for 70, isn't it? What we are searching here? We are searching for 70. So 70 equal to what now? 70. Yes, it is true. Result is going to be true. Then location is going to be how much now? 6. We found at this value where the mid value is going to be 6. Then for location equal to what now? 6. A of 6. There is quite difference, because when we are taking 0 as a lower bound, then it is going to be in 7th position. Okay, and as we are considering 0, its location is going to be 6, but actually we have to consider it as location plus 1, then its actual position is going to be 7th position. We found its value. You may write it as location plus 1 also, but here I have taken only location. We will go for the previous slides. We will see here what is next part now. Here we are going to continue. Here we are going to continue. Okay, so what is location value now? What is location value? We got the location value as 6. Here in step 7 we are going to concentrate. What is location value now? It is going to be 6. Now question is, 6 is greater than or equal to 0? Obviously it is greater than 0. And I already told, if the location value, if it is changed, then we found the number. Then what happens here? Element is found in location. If you write location, it will come, your answer is going to be 6. If you write location plus, then your answer is going to be 7, because it is in the 7th position. It depends on your requirement. If it is not found, if the location value remains -1, then we are going to declare that it is going to be not found. But here in this example, we are going to found it in 6th location, A of 6th location, and it can be, you can say that it is a 7th actual location. Thank you. I hope you understood this video. In the next class or in the next video, we are going to discuss about its differences between the linear search and the binary search.